What's good, Wizards fans? It's your host, the real Ed Oliver, and my guy Brandon Scott. Today we're going to recap the Knicks game and also preview the Bucks game. Let's get to it.
You are Locked On Wizards, your daily Washington Wizards podcast. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Just want to thank you guys for making Locked On Wizards your first listen every day. We are free and available wherever you get podcasts. Today's episode is brought to you by PrizePicks, the easiest and most exciting way to play daily fantasy sports. Go to PrizePicks.com/LockedOnNBA and use code all lowercase LockedOnNBA for a first deposit match up to $100. All right, so the Washington Wizards lost to the New York Knicks Friday night. We're going to recap that. And then also preview the Bucks game. The Washington Wizards lost 122-99. The Washington Wizards now are 2-10 in the season. Brandon, what went wrong, or what did you see? What stood out to you in the Wizards' loss to the New York Knicks at home in the in-season tournament? Now they are eliminated in-season tournament championship contention.
I mean, so different game, same script. Rebounding. Rebounding was bad. Perimeter defense. Jalen Brunson shot 6 threes. DiNincenzo, man, he shot 4 threes, 4 from 8. So he shot 50% from the 3-point. Same script, man. It's like Groundhog Day. I mean, it's like every game's the same issues. You know that we're going to struggle with rebounding. We're going to struggle with perimeter defense. Gafford against more agile bigs, he's going to struggle. Now, I thought he played well versus Mitchell Robinson, man. If you look at the stat line for Mitchell Robinson, 27 minutes, 6 points, but 8 rebounds, 3 for 4. Look at the gap, 10 points, 7 rebounds, 1 steal. So I guess, he played decent against Mitchell Robinson. And they're similar build. There are skinny-ish centers who don't really expand. They don't stretch the floor. You're going to get a lob threat and defense out of them, but that's about it, man. But like I said, man, same script. They're abysmal at rebounding. This is probably the worst rebounding team I've ever seen the Wizards put on the court. It's just it's terrible. It's hard to watch. I mean, it's just they're terrible at rebounding. They can't defend the 3. It's just like I said, it's like Groundhog Day, man. You hit the alarm, hit that snooze in the same game, But look, I mean, honestly, in my opinion, the best player on the court for the Wizards was Deni Avdija. Easy, 18 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, 7 for 11. So he's efficient. And 2 for 4 from 3. He was the best player on the court for the Wizards. I mean, you could say Kyle Kuzma 19 points, but it took 21 attempts to get 19 points. I mean, obviously, efficiency is always an issue for Kyle Kuzma and Jordan Poole. And let's talk a little about Jordan Poole, because this was not his best showing. And he ain't had many good showings so far in the regular season, man. I mean, 0 for 6 from 3, 2 for 11 from the field. I mean, thank God he got 4 for 4 from free throw, but 8 points, 4 assists, 5 turnovers, man. I mean, continues, like I said, same script as far as Jordan Poole. It's just every game's the same, B. They're not really trying to fix the deficiencies. I think they're firmly in the tank spot, and they're just like, look, we are what we are, and just we're gonna ride it out, because you don't see them really trying to evolve or try to fix any of the issues. It's just same game, man. And so it's tough to really look at the Eastern Conference, or it's tough to look at the schedule and look at any teams that really we could beat without, you know what I mean? Like Detroit, but Detroit's got a lot of talent. I mean, we're just not a very good team. We're poorly coached, and it showed tonight, like it has every night this season, man. Outside of a couple of wins, man. It's just, and I hate to say that, man. And I get it. I'm ready for rebuild. I'm locked in and ready to rock. But it's just, you just don't see any energy, man. And Jordan Poole, I don't know what they need to do to get him straight, but it's tough watching him play sometimes, man, because he's a young guy who can play. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if it's off the court. I don't know if it's just a maturity thing, but it's hard to watch good talent just continue to stink. I mean, he continues to struggle, and I just don't know what it is. If I got to narrow down it's gonna be rebound again. We're terrible at rebounding.
Yeah, definitely rebounding was a part of it. 3-point defense was a part of it. They let Dante DiVincenzo get hot from the 3. Jalen Brunson hit a couple of threes. So once again, they don't defend the 3-point line well at all. Rebounding, they got out rebounded like you brought up. They lost the rebound battle 48-32, and you just saw them get outworked and now hustled. One of the first plays of the game, Mitchell Robinson got an offensive rebound. Then you see Jalen Brunson hustling on the floor, diving on the floor. And he won a jump ball against Corey Kispert as well, where Jalen Brunson is about 6 feet tall. Corey Kispert's what, 6'4", 6'5". Yeah. So that just shows you the hard work and the 1-2 of a Coach Thibodeau coached team. They outworked us. They were out more physical. It was questionable that Wes, he took Denny out in the fourth when Denny was playing well. Denny had a solid game, getting to the basket, finishing at the rim as well. And Jordan Poole he continues to be a disappointment. Yeah. There was one play where he didn't come to the ball. He just came kind of weak. The Knicks got a fast break. Then he shot a floater, went over the rim. Then he shot a three with 13 seconds left in the shot clock. That was an air ball. Definitely heard some boos after that. So just questionable shots, and when there's a lot of time on the shot clock, not going up strong to the basket, just kind of going up weak, and not playing with any physicality, not trying to get to the basket, not trying to get to the free throw line as well, throwing a cross-court pass that was stolen when he could have thrown a better pass to Denny across the court. So, and he's not shooting the ball well, and it's crazy because I know a lot of people are joking on social media, that he plays better when the baddies are there. There was a social media or Instagram model named Ruby Rose who tweeted out that she was going to be at the game, and everybody went crazy. It was like, oh, Jordan Poole's going to have a great game. And he ended up having another stinker with 2 for 11 from the field, 0 for 6 from the three-point line, 8 points, 4 assists, though. But still, he had – how many turnovers did he have? He had 5 turnovers. So 4 assists, 5 turnovers was a minus 18. Everybody was in the minus and a plus minus, so I'm not going to put that against him. But he's just not playing good ball. It doesn't look focused. Just doesn't look like himself out there. And I think a change of scenery would be the best for him and the best for the Wizards. It's just not working. I know it's early, but, I just don't see him in the future long-term plans. That he's just not playing like a franchise guy. Just the antics, once again, the whole bench video and all that. I think it's going to be a short time here for Jordan Poole in DC. It's just not working. Now, Neil DeLaw, shout out to him. He was on the show last week. He put out a picture where he said that him and David Vanderpool, they talk Vanderpool talk strategy and watch film for at least 45 minutes after practice. So, I mean, the coaches are trying, man. They're trying to get this guy locked in. So I'm not going to blame the coaches. I'm just look at Jordan Poole, man. That's the only person that we can really look at. Neil DeLaw said Jordan Poole and David Vanderpool talk strategy and watch film for at least 45 minutes after practice. So David Vanderpool, he's trying, man. He's trying to get this guy to lock in and play better, So, and then also there was a clip where Kuzma is letting Poole hear it for not boxing out Dante DiVincenzo. So it's just the little things that Jordan Poole is not doing right. There's some big things that he's not doing right. So he's just not playing good basketball at all. He's just not. And I know he's a better player than that. And then also to end the game, the Knicks went on a 20-2 run to ice the game. Wizards did not score from 5 minutes and 56 seconds left with till a minute and 44 seconds left in the game. The Wizards did not make a field goal for 7 minutes and 44 seconds in the fourth quarter. That's ridiculous, and that's awful. They did the same thing against the Raptors. Yeah. Basically, with the Hornets. So the fourth quarter has been basically the second half for West has been a struggle for the Wizards. It's just been a struggle for them. So once again, shot selection, Kuz and Jordan Poole, they're going to get their shots up. Denny went 7 for 11, 18 points is one of his better games. Gafford, 10.7 boards. I mean, it was a typical Gafford game. He had 4 personal fouls. Yeah. And Corey Kispert 8 points. Bilal had 6 points. It was kind of a Bilal. I thought he played with some effort out there tonight. And then Johnny Davis once again got garbage minutes with 2 minutes left in the ball game, and he's questionable for tomorrow night. Neil DeLaw tweeted that out too. That Johnny Davis is questionable, so we don't even know who's going to play tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I said, man, same thing, same thing every game, man. It's just. I think that's just going to be the script going forward. They're definitely trying to get a high pick. But looking at Jordan Poole, he's got too much talent. But, here's the thing, man. Is it a mirage when you saw Golden State? I mean, because you see a whole different player. I mean, it seems like the league has figured him out. Like, you don't see that spark at all. It's just no care in the world, man. You just, you have these moments where, it's Hollywood. And when he makes it, it's like, whoa. But then it's like very rare that he makes it. So I hope the best for him, man. But it seems like he doesn't want to be here, to be honest with you. I don't think he wants to be in DC long term. He definitely wants to go to a bigger market, and that's the thing. Maybe that's the problem, the baddies. You need to start worrying about the baddies and start worrying about your job. I mean, maybe you need to start worried about them daggone baddies because the baddies are putting you in a bad spot, brother. So, he's got to focus, man, because the thing is, they've got to do something with him. They've got to get his value up somehow because what team in the NBA is going to trade for him? What team in the NBA is going to trade for a young guy who doesn't even want to listen to his coaches? I mean, who does whatever he wants on the court, who, 12 games in, how many issues have we had? I mean, I mean, what I mean? It's just already 12 games. He's got to lock in. It behooves him to lock in. And I said this a couple episodes ago. I said probably the last episode that if I'm this front office, I'm definitely being transparent with him. I'm saying, look, you don't want to be here, cool. Help us get your value up, and then we'll move you. Be transparent with it, man. Because it's just a lot of immaturity. Coming in and saying, "Oh, it's my team. I ain't gonna listen to nobody." How old are you, man? Like, come on, man. Nah, you ain't made it yet. You won a championship, but it's a team game. It wasn't you winning the championship. It was the Golden State Warriors won the championship. So he's got to lock in, man. He's a young man, and I hope him success in the NBA. It's just as time goes by, it seems like it ain't gonna be in DCE. So we'll see. Hopefully, he gets it together and at least boosts his own value. So again, if he doesn't want to be here, then we can find him a place to go. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the way it's looking. It's just looking that way. And I think he'll probably be one of those guys that leaves the Wizards and he starts to play better. He looks focused. We've seen that time and time again with the many, many Wizards. They come here, they lay an egg, they look awful, and then we trade them somewhere, and they start to play better, like their usual selves. So, but yeah, like you said, he needs to lock in, and he just doesn't look like he's laser focused right now. So, but yeah, we're gonna get to a quick word from PrizePicks. Today's episode is brought to you by PrizePicks. I made my picks today for the Commanders, and both of those picks hit. Unfortunately, the Commanders lost, but both those picks hit. I chose Daniel Bellinger to get more than 15 receiving yards. He ended up with 40. I picked Sam Howell to get more than 34.5 passing attempts. He ended up with about 40. So if you were to tell those picks, you would have hit on PrizePicks. Now, what is PrizePicks? PrizePicks is the largest daily fantasy sports platform in North America. We are the easiest and most exciting way to play DFS. It's just you against the numbers instead of battling thousands of other players, including pros and sharks. You pick more than or less than on 2 to 6 player stat projections and watch the winnings roll in. With the basketball season here, you can pick now combo projections across football and basketball from the Specials League, a league created specifically for combo projections that includes 2 or more players from different sports or leagues. For example, LeBron James plus Travis Kelce at a 10.5 combo of 3 points made plus receptions. Want to play alongside some of PrizePicks' favorite players like rapper Meek Mill and comedian Andrew Schultz? You can now find community plays under the promos tab of the app to view entries from some of the biggest names in the PrizePicks community each week. And also for tomorrow night, we do play the Bucks. The Wizards play the Bucks. So I would take the over on. It's a tough one. It depends on where PrizePicks is going to set Giannis's points. If they put his points at like 33.5, it's kind of a tough one to take.
Yeah.
But I would go with a guy like Bobby Portis. Coming back to is the game in? Let me see if the game is in DC. But I would say yes, in DC. So I would take a look at Bobby Portis. I would take a look at his points. I think he would get the over on his points. And then also, I would take a look at Damian Lillard as well. Any 3 of those guys, if you want to take the over on their points or take the more on their points, I wouldn't blame you at all. And maybe even Brook Lopez's 3-pointers. I would take a look at that as well. Oh, I'm sorry, Malik Beasley, his 3-pointers. I would take a strong look at the more on his 3-pointers. That's something that I'm really, really zeroing in on for sure. You can really take the more on all those guys tomorrow night. But go to PrizePicks.com/LockedOnNBA. Use code LockedOnNBA for a first deposit match up to $100. Also, make sure you guys check out the Locked On Sports Network National YouTube channel. Make sure you guys check them out. All right, so the Bucks. Looking at the Bucks, we play them tomorrow night in DC at 7:00. They are 9-4. They just came off a big win against the Mavericks, a very high-scoring game. Luka Doncic had over 30 points. Kyrie had over 30 points. So they are a team that they do allow a lot of points. They are 6th. They're 23rd in points allowed. They're giving up 116 points a game. And also they are defensive rating. They're not defensive rating. They're 22nd. The Wizards right now, defensive rating, we're pretty darn bad, of course, as well. In the defensive rating category, this is on NBA.com. The Wizards are 26th and the Bucks are 21st. So defensively, the Bucks aren't playing good defense right now. They're not. I'm not saying that we're going to go in there and put up a bunch of points on them, but the Bucks aren't playing good defense. So it's something to look at. Right now, they're one of the best 3-point shooting teams in the league. Right now, they are ninth. They're ninth in 3-point defense. Also shooting the three, they are fifth in NBA team throughput percentage. Of course, they got Dame and Giannis and Brook Lopez, Mike Portis, Malik Beasley's playing good. So, what are some keys to development and things that you're looking for against the Milwaukee Bucks tomorrow night?
Oh man, good question. First effort. Say that every game, man. Effort. But I would say this: they're not a very good defensive team, like you mentioned. I would definitely push the pace. I would definitely try to get the ball down there quicker before this defense set up, and then try to work them from the perimeter, man. Because if you look at from the paint, I mean, Brook Lopez is going to be a tough cover for Gav, man. Kyle Kuzma, I mean, it depends on who guards Giannis, because I've seen Denny guard Giannis, and he did a pretty good job. So it depends on who they put on Giannis. But size-wise, it might be Kyle Kuzma. But I'll say this, man. I think this might be the game where we try Jordan Poole at point. Reason for that is Lillard ain't a defensive guy. I mean, if you look at his acquisition, yeah, they're obviously going to score more, but they lost a lot of defensive guys in that deal. So I'm attacking Lillard. So I'm gonna put Jordan. Why not? I mean, try Jordan Poole at the point and see what because obviously DeLon's out, so maybe slide ties for a game on the bench. So I think this is a game where we can try some things out, man. But this is gonna be a tough one, man, because they got some ballers. I mean, like you said, Malik Beasley's kind of a 3-and-D guy. He can defend. He can shoot from three. Chris Middleton is a classic 3-and-D. Giannis is Giannis. Brook Lopez, I feel like he's been in the league like forever, man. I remember him in Brooklyn, but. And Dame Lillard he's gonna be a tough cover for whoever's that point, whether it's Poole or Jones, man. It's gonna be a tough cover. Lillard is just that guy. So yeah, I mean, if we have a chance, I'm definitely pushing the pace. I'm definitely trying to attack them before they set up, and definitely try to get ball movement rolling and trying to find open shooters. And they got to hit those open looks, man, and shoot high percentage shots. So that's what I'm looking at. If we have a chance, which I ain't gonna predict my knee.
Oh man, yeah, we don't have a chance at all. It's funny that we played the Bucks on Monday, then we played the Hornets on Wednesday, then we played the Bucks again on Friday in the NBA in-season tournament. So the next 3 games, 2 out of the next 3 games, we played a Milwaukee Bucks. So it's going to be tough and very challenging. Also looking at the Bucks numbers wise, they're 6th in offensive rating, so they definitely do a good job scoring the ball. They are 5th in pace. We like to push the pace. They like to push the pace. So this could be an up and down game. I think it is going to be a high scoring game. So this could be a game where Giannis could put up 35, 40, 50 very easily. Same thing with Damian Lillard. He could do the same thing. We give up a lot of points in the paint, so Giannis could do that. Now, they're just going to have to wall up on Giannis. It's going to be tougher now because you got a guy like Dame that can really shoot the three and shoot the ball well. But you're going to have to defend without fouling, which is easier said than done, of course. They're 4th in free throw attempts. But, I mean, you could put Denny on you. You're not going to stop Giannis or really slow him down at all. But you could, definitely, make it a little bit difficult for him, putting Denny on him, Bilal on him a little bit here and there. And, of course, I think we're going to run. We're going to push the pace. Kuzma's got to have a better game, of course. Jordan Poole, I'm going to see him lock in. This is a game where I feel like we say this every game. Jordan Poole, this could be a bounce-back game for him because this is a team that doesn't defend well. You just saw Kyrie put up 30, Luka put up 30 pretty easily, and the Bucks have given up a lot of points. But they're going to have to defend the three-point line in this game. You cannot let Malik Beasley get wide open threes. You just can't because the Bucks are 8th in three-point attempts, so they shoot a lot of threes, and they're 5th in three-point percentage, so they get up a lot of threes. Dame shoots a lot of threes. Pat Connaughton is on that team too. He can shoot the three. So they got shooters all around, man, around Giannis. Brook Lopez can shoot the three. So they're a team that's constructed to shoot the three around Giannis and space the floor for sure. Who else? I got some guy named A. Jackson started last game for them. Andre Jackson from UConn, a rookie. He started for the for the Bucks, but he only played 12 minutes. Bobby Portis had 11 and 7. Campaign off the bench. He can shoot the three. He hit 3 threes. Pat Connaughton hit 4 threes. And a young man named AJ Green, out of Northern Iowa, he hit 2 threes. So they're having guys that, I haven't even seen much of in the league that are coming in and knocking down threes. You got Giannis's little brother. If it's a blowout, then Giannis's little brother will come in. Thanasis will come in and he might even score on the Wizards. So, but for me, the goals are Denny play with confidence, Blau play with confidence. Those are the things I'm looking for.
Yeah.
And I'm just looking for the young guys to come in and play with some confidence, then play with some effort. Jordan Poole play with, some confidence as well, and better shot selection for him, and just more effort and more physicality from him as well. Gafford's got to stay out of foul trouble. This could be a game where he could easily get in foul trouble if Giannis gets to the basket very easily. I could see 3 quick fouls on Daniel Gafford.
Yep, I agree on all points. Definitely want to see a lot of energy from Denny and Bilal, because those, and it's nothing against Kispert or Johnny Davis, but the 2 guys I'm really looking for as far as progress is Denny and Bilal. I'm just gonna be honest with you, because I see those 2 guys as definitely part of the foundation going forward. I think that Kispert, I like Kispert. He definitely shoot, but I'm definitely looking at those 2 as far as progress going forward, man. To just be totally honest, but I'm just looking for energy. Get in the passing lanes, try to be pesky. If obviously there's a talent gap between the 2 teams, but try to outwork them, man. This is where coaching comes in. This is where leadership comes in. Push your guys, man. I just want to see effort, because that's really all you can really say. Look for, man. Is progression of young guys, man. So, 3-point shooting is scary a little bit. This team can shoot. We said that about the last team, and then the team before that, you can shoot, man. So perimeter game is definitely going to be tested. But yeah, Gaff, I think that was you mentioned it. That's a matchup definitely look for, because they're gonna go at Gaff. I'm saying right now they're gonna go right at Gaff. Because they know the MO. They know that he's gonna foul quick. So expect to see whether they go small ball with Gallinari or they roll with Muscala, but they're definitely going to go at Gaff. And I would, man. If I'm game planning, I'm going at Gaff straight up. Between the perimeter and going at Gaff, I'm trying to get Gaff out of there, because he's the one true center on the roster. So, I agree on all points, man.
Definitely, 100%.
All right, so before we get into comments, we're going to roll into tonight's episode is brought to you by FanDuel. Score early this NFL season with FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook. Because right now, new customers get $150 in bonus bets with any winning $5 money line bet. That's $150 if your team wins, okay? If you've been thinking about joining FanDuel, there's no better time than right now. Don't wait any second longer. Join right now, because the app is easy to use. And there's a wide range of betting options, including spreads, player props, over and unders, parlay, and so many more. So visit FanDuel.com/lockedon and kick off the NFL season. FanDuel, the official partner of the National Football League. And Locked On has launched the first ever national sports 24/7 streaming channel on YouTube. Locked On Sports Today is here for you 24/7, covering the top sports stories of the day with the local experts of Locked On Plus, our national shows covering every pro league out there. Go to Locked On Sports Today on YouTube and subscribe to the first ever national sports 24/7 streaming channel. All right.
Yes, sir. All right, we're going to read 1 or 2 comments. See a couple comments in here, and then we're going to wrap it up. Let's see. Somebody said pool pity party. Jalad Zelser says, as a dedicated long-time listener and Israeli Denny fan, I want to give you a shout-out. Love hearing this part of your inputs, which to me and many Israelis is very fair. Don't listen to any haters.
Hey, I agree on all points. Hey, man, straight up, man, we got a lot of love for y'all, man. So definitely appreciate you guys tuning in. Haters come in all forms, man. So, hey, we just dodge them, man. It is what it is, man. But definitely appreciate the love, man.
Yeah, and I think Denny's having a solid season right now. I think he's playing good basketball. I think he's playing decisive. I think he's getting to the basket. I think he's playing with a lot of confidence. I think there's some things that you can look at and point to that he's definitely improved on. For sure. Let me just pull up some numbers here. He's shooting 80% from the free throw line, which is really good, and 43% from the 3-point line. 42% from the 3-point line. It's a small sample size right now, because it's still early in the season, but that's still better than what he shot last year through the first 10 games of the season as well. Free throw percent is 80%. So he's having career highs in almost every category, 13 points a game. That's a career high for him right now. He averaged 9 points last year. So I like everything that I've seen. I like a lot of things that I like from Denny so far this season, especially after getting the contract. You know, I was a little iffy on them rewarding him before the season, you know, the deadline. But, you know, of course, if they didn't give him the contract, he would have been a restricted free agent. But I kind of was like, okay, I feel like, you know, we should wait on giving him the contract. But I'm happy that they did. It's a reasonable deal. He's playing good ball right now, so I have no complaints from Denny. And thank you once again for, you know, we're not going to listen to the haters for sure. We know we got a lot of them. You know, that one episode last week, a lot of people came out of the woodworks and definitely made some comments for sure. But no, Gilad, we definitely appreciate you for sure.
Absolutely, man. I love what I see from Denny. Like you said, Denny's doing his thing, man. You know, he got that bag and he's definitely stepping it up, man. So I love it.
Right. Jag says Jordan Poole's a cancer to this team, just zaps all the momentum we had in the game with his antics.
Whew. I'm not gonna say he zaps all the momentum, but I mean, I could say that people ain't happy. I mean, because you keep doing this Hollywood stuff, man, and you just, yeah. I mean, I don't want to call anybody a cancer to the team, man. But it's just he's got to mature, man. He's got to really lock in. He has to, man. I wish him the best, man. You know, whether it's here or somewhere else, but he's got to mature. You know, he really does. So.
Yeah, it's all on him. I mean, you see David Vanderpool working with him 45 minutes after practice. So, I mean, he's got to lock in and just play better. He has to. He has no choice. And let's see here. We'll do one more comment. I mean, Sheldon T, I agree. If we're going to lose by 20 plus every night, play the young guys more.
Yeah.
Might as well let Eugene play. Bring Ryan Rollins back. Ryan Rollins has been playing well in the G League. Same thing with Eugene.
Yep.
Just let Johnny. I mean, I don't see why Johnny Davis is getting to. It's ridiculous. It really is. Vix or Vax, VACCZ says, "Bro, I hate how everyone is saying that Johnny sucks, and he never gets playing time. Like, give him a chance. When he played this year, he went 2 for 4, 3 for 6, and 5 for 5.
50-50, man. I mean, I agree with that. I mean, definitely give him a chance, man, because he does have potential, but. I mean, you also can say that from the other players in his class at his position is a clear talent gap. I mean, you got to say that. I mean, you know, he's got work to do. He really does. So, but he has potential, especially on the defensive end, and you got to use that. Definitely, if you're going to use him on as far as defense, and then work on the offensive side, man, because he could definitely defend at a high level. So. Yeah, I agree with you, E, and I agree with everybody, man. We definitely have to give him more minutes, man, at least see what he can do. And then there's no excuses. You know, you give him solid playing time and he still doesn't progress like you want him to, then you know what you have in him. But right now, you don't know what you have in Johnny Davis because he's not getting consistent minutes. So,
right. Yeah, he should at least get 10 minutes. This garbage minutes, 2 minutes left in the game. I mean, you're not going to get much from him at all. He's questionable now, so we don't even know if he's going to play tomorrow night. But as far as developmental standpoint, I get it. They didn't draft him. Wes, you know, for whatever reason, you know, he doesn't want to play him. I know Johnny hasn't played great basketball either to make them, you know, be like, oh, we need to play him. But, you know, defensively, he can bring a different aspect defensively. You know, he's plays hard on the defensive end. He moves his feet well. He gets deflection. He gets steals. So, I think he could help improve the defense. The defense is still going to be bad, but, you know, at least we have somebody who is more defensive-minded in the game with Johnny Davis. And you're not going to develop on the bench. He's just not going to get better on the bench. You got to play to get better. And right now, West he's not even giving him a chance to even improve until garbage minutes. All right, last one here. This from Red Wings 01. Jordan Poole is really just a poor man's Bradley Beal. Terrible shot selection, dumb turnovers, horrible basketball IQ. Ball hole, very little defensive effort. Basically all of Brad's deficiencies dialed up to an
11. I mean, you know, I guess one thing you could say, Brad never was Hollywood like that, man. You know, he was never trying to, you know, be super doing 3 or 4 spins. You know, I mean, yeah, bouncing the ball off the foot was not a good look, but Yeah, Poole's got to shoot higher percentage shots, man. I mean, he's trying to do too much, man. And I mean, look, Brad. Hey, look, there's rumors out there that, man, it's questionable how many, is he gonna play again? Because I mean, he has that back issue. So shout out to Brad, man, because we were tough on him, man. But yeah, the Poole's. We say it time and time again. He's got to lock in, man. He's got to. He's got bad deficiencies. Absolutely. So I 100% agree.
Yep, definitely. And we want to thank you. So this is somebody from Israel as well. They say, great podcast. Big fan from Israel. Tough season, but it's only sports. So let's go. Continue with the great job that both of you are doing. Thank you so much.
Yes, sir.
His name is in a different language, so I don't know what it says, but we thank you once again for watching. For sure, I want to thank all of you guys for making Locked On Wizards your first listen every day. We are free and available wherever you guys get podcasts. Tomorrow night we will be live after the Bucks game for sure, so make sure you guys are there live for sure to catch us. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell as well. Hell to the Wizards. Peace.